have probably heard the term hybrid car, but you don't know exactly what it is. So that is what I'm here to tell you about today. What a hybrid car is, how it works, and how it is different from a gas-only vehicle. So I'm going to start off with a little bit about what they are. So according to an article on hybrid cars from the Edmunds Vehicle Information website, a hybrid car is any vehicle that utilizes more than one form of onboard energy to achieve propulsion. So a typical hybrid car uses a combination of a gasoline engine, as shown on here, along with an electric motor and a high-capacity battery. So some hybrid vehicles are designed with specific goals in mind, such as to maximize fuel economy, but some are designed to maximize the power of the vehicle. So these cars come on all ends of the spectrum, from low end, such as the Toyota Prius that starts at about $24,000 on the market, and it also extends to the higher end with a more luxury car like the BMW i8, which starts at about $144,000. So now that you know a little bit about what they are, I'm going to tell you about how hybrid cars work, which I think is really cool. So as I stated before, a typical hybrid car uses a combination of a gas engine and an electric motor with a battery pack. So as I found on fueleconomy.gov, the gasoline engine provides most of the power for the vehicle, and the electric motor works in tandem with the gasoline engine to provide extra power for the car, such as when it's going up an incline or when it needs to accelerate. So with the electric motor providing more power, the engine of the car does not need to be as powerful because this motor is providing more power. So the engines in these cars are typically smaller and less powerful. So in some hybrid cars, the electric motor alone can power the car when it's going at a low speed. This is made possible through a process called regenerative braking. So this is kind of one of the most important parts of a hybrid car. It's a defining factor, I'd say. So when a typical car brakes or is coasting, there's energy lost through the wheels. The process of regenerative braking takes that energy typically lost and then uses it to turn the electric motor. So turning this motor generates electricity, which is then stored in the battery pack. Now this battery is different from the typical battery that starts your car. It's a lot bigger because it needs to be able to power the whole car and not just start it. So the energy stored in this battery can then be used to run the car when it's going at low speeds, going down an incline, or when it is idling. Another unique feature of a hybrid vehicle is what the car does while it's idling. So the engine will automatically shut off when the car stops, such as when it's at a red light or while in traffic, and it restarts when the accelerator is pressed. A great example I found to help understand this concept was on the Union of Concerned Scientists website. When the engine turns off while it's idling, it's similar to how your fridge light turns off when the door is closed. It kind of saves the energy that isn't really being used, and it helps improve the efficiency of the machine overall. So now that I've talked about what it is and how it works, I'm going to tell you the main differences between a hybrid vehicle and a gas-only vehicle. So first off, there's a combination of energy sources. This is the main difference, as gas-only vehicles only get their power from one source, which is the engine. There's also the process of regenerative braking, which hybrid cars use and gas-only cars do not. And lastly, hybrid cars are more efficient and less powerful. They're more efficient because they have smaller engines and they draw energy from multiple sources. However, because of the smaller engine, hybrid cars do not have as much power as their gas-only counterparts. Overall, despite hybrid cars being very similar to typical gas-only cars and the way that they look, they are very different in the way that they run. Hopefully this has given you a bit of insight on what hybrid cars are and how they work, and will make you think a little bit more when you see a hybrid car rolling down the street.